The hidden dangers foreigners didn't expect to find in Los Angeles are far more insidious than any glossy travel brochure would ever admit. This is not the land of endless sunshine and effortless celebrity sightings the world imagines. Once it was paradise, a golden land promising endless opportunity and sunshine, a place where dreams were born under a benevolent sun. Now, for countless hopefuls, it's a labyrinth of unforeseen challenges, a city where those very dreams can swiftly turn to dust. What truly lies beneath the veneer of celebrity and endless summer? Why did this city collapse so fast, becoming a landscape of silent struggles for those who come seeking a new life? We're about to pull back the curtain on the 10 profound truths that consistently catch foreign visitors and new residents off guard in Los Angeles, exposing the brutal realities camouflaged by the very glamour that defines this city. Prepare to see the City of Angels not as a destination, but as a complex ecosystem where the unwary can easily falter, where the very promise of a better life can become its greatest deception. And the first danger foreigners encounter often starts long before they even touch down, a silent financial predator that devours aspirations before they even begin to bloom. We all remember the stories, the movies, the idea of Los Angeles as a place where anyone could make it, where a fresh start was always within reach. It was the golden age, when ambition felt like currency, and the streets seemed paved with possibility. But that golden age is long gone. Today, the true cost of living in Los Angeles is a relentless, suffocating force, a dark truth that shatters the dreams of countless foreigners who arrive unprepared. Consider this: the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment often soars past $3,000 a month. A simple grocery bill can feel like a luxury. Studies show that a single person needs to earn over $94,000 annually just to live comfortably here. These aren't just numbers. They are barriers, invisible walls that trap the hopeful, turning their initial optimism into a quiet despair. You've felt that pit in your stomach, haven't you? That slow, sinking realization that your savings, once robust, are dwindling at an alarming rate. That feeling of being perpetually behind, always chasing a financial horizon that keeps receding. We've all seen the quiet desperation in the eyes of those who arrived with so much hope, only to watch it erode under the weight of exorbitant expenses. But the financial struggle isn't just about rent and groceries. It's a systemic economic quicksand. And that leads us to a second, equally insidious danger: the urban sprawl and the hidden cost of simply moving through this vast, unforgiving landscape. We picture sprawling boulevards, cruising with the top down, the freedom of the open road, the wind in our hair. Los Angeles promised a life of vibrant connections, bustling neighborhoods, and easy access to everything the city had to offer. Yet, for foreigners, this sprawling metropolis becomes a bewildering maze, a vast, isolating expanse that devours time and money, leaving them stranded in pockets of loneliness. The sheer scale of Los Angeles isn't a feature, it's a trap. With a metro area stretching over 40,000 square miles, public transportation is often inadequate, fragmented, and inefficient. Owning a car becomes a necessity, but then you face crushing insurance costs, astronomical gas prices, and the infamous soul-crushing traffic that can turn a 10-mile commute into a 2-hour ordeal. Data consistently shows Angelenos spend more time stuck in traffic than residents of almost any other major city in the world. Think about it: eager to explore, to meet people, to build a community. But the city itself pushes you away, forcing you into your car, isolating you in endless commutes. You've felt that fatigue, that frustration, the sense of being disconnected even in a city of millions. This isn't just about inconvenience. It's about the erosion of social ties, the silent loneliness that creeps in when every interaction requires an epic journey. This physical distance breeds a different kind of challenge, one that touches upon the very fabric of social interaction. Because even if you manage to navigate the sprawl, you're still faced with the intricate, often baffling social dynamics that can make integration a near impossible task. The hidden dangers foreigners didn't expect to find in Los Angeles are far more insidious than any glossy travel brochure would ever admit. This is not the land of endless sunshine and effortless celebrity sightings the world imagines. Once it was paradise, a golden land promising endless opportunity and sunshine, a place where dreams were born under a benevolent sun. Now, for countless hopefuls, it's a labyrinth of unforeseen challenges, a city where those very dreams can swiftly turn to dust. What truly lies beneath the veneer of celebrity and endless summer? Why did this city collapse so fast, becoming a landscape of silent struggles for those who come seeking a new life? We're about to pull back the curtain on the 10 profound truths that consistently catch foreign visitors and new residents off guard in Los Angeles, exposing the brutal realities camouflaged by the very glamour that defines this city. Prepare to see the City of Angels not as a destination, but as a complex ecosystem where the unwary can easily falter, where the very promise of a better life can become its greatest deception. And the first danger foreigners encounter often starts long before they even touch down, a silent financial predator that devours aspirations before they even begin to bloom. We all remember the stories, the movies, the idea of Los Angeles as a place where anyone could make it, where a fresh start was always within reach. It was the golden age, when ambition felt like currency and the streets seemed paved with possibility. But that golden age is long gone. Today, the true cost of living in Los Angeles is a relentless, suffocating force, a dark truth that shatters the dreams of countless foreigners who arrive unprepared. Consider this. The median rent for a one-bedroom apartment often soars past $3,000 a month. A simple grocery bill can feel like a luxury. Studies show that a single person needs to earn over $94,000 annually just to live comfortably here. These aren't just numbers. They are barriers, invisible walls that trap the hopeful, turning their initial optimism into a quiet despair. You've felt that pit in your stomach, haven't you? That slow, sinking realization that your savings, once robust, are dwindling at an alarming rate. That feeling of being perpetually behind, always chasing a financial horizon that keeps receding. We've all seen the quiet desperation in the eyes of those who arrived with so much hope, only to watch it erode under the weight of exorbitant expenses. But the financial struggle isn't just about rent and groceries. It's a systemic economic quicksand. And that leads us to a second, equally insidious danger: the urban sprawl and the hidden cost of simply moving through this vast, unforgiving landscape. We picture sprawling boulevards, cruising with the top down, the freedom of the open road, the wind in our hair. Los Angeles promised a life of vibrant connections, bustling neighborhoods, and easy access to everything the city had to offer. Yet, for foreigners, this sprawling metropolis becomes a bewildering maze, a vast, isolating expanse that devours time and money, leaving them stranded in pockets of loneliness. The sheer scale of Los Angeles isn't a feature, it's a trap. With a metro area stretching over 40,000 square miles, public transportation is often inadequate, fragmented, and inefficient. Owning a car becomes a necessity, but then you face crushing insurance costs, astronomical gas prices, and the infamous soul-crushing traffic that can turn a 10-mile commute into a 2-hour ordeal. Data consistently shows Angelenos spend more time stuck in traffic than residents of almost any other major city in the world. Think about it. You arrive, eager to explore, to meet people, to build a community. But the city itself pushes you away, forcing you into your car, isolating you in endless commutes. You felt that fatigue, that frustration, the sense of being disconnected even in a city of millions. This isn't just about inconvenience. It's about the erosion of social ties, the silent loneliness that creeps in when every interaction requires an epic journey. This physical distance breeds a different kind of challenge, one that touches upon the very fabric of social interaction. Because even if you manage to navigate the sprawl, you're still faced with the intricate, often baffling social dynamics that can make integration a near impossible task. We once envisioned Los Angeles as the ultimate melting pot, a grand tapestry woven from countless cultures, where diverse backgrounds converge to create new friendships and vibrant communities. The promise was of open arms, easy camaraderie, and a place where everyone could find their tribe. But the reality for many foreigners is a city often fragmented, where social circles can be notoriously closed and cultural nuances create invisible walls. This is the third hidden danger, the baffling social dynamics and cultural barriers. Foreigners frequently find themselves struggling to form deep connections, often mistaking the city's inherent politeness for genuine warmth, only to discover the interaction was fleeting, superficial. They often feel like outsiders looking in, despite being surrounded by millions. Research into urban loneliness consistently highlights how large, transient cities can foster a sense of isolation, especially for newcomers lacking established networks. You felt that awkward silence, haven't you? That moment when you thought you'd made a friend, only to realize the connection was fleeting, a polite exchange that went no deeper. That sense of not quite belonging, despite being in a place of supposed endless connection. We've all yearned for authentic connection, for a place where our differences are celebrated, not subtly ostracized. But this social isolation isn't just emotionally draining. It can leave foreigners dangerously vulnerable to a far more tangible threat, one that preys on their trust and their hard-earned finances. Remember the classic tales of Los Angeles as the city of opportunity, where raw talent was recognized and hard work inevitably paid off? It was a place where people helped each other climb the ladder, where fair play was the unspoken rule. For foreigners, however, this shimmering dream of opportunity often morphs into a nightmare of exploitation. This is the fourth hidden danger: rampant scams and insidious exploitation. Unscrupulous individuals and businesses actively prey on newcomers. Unfamiliarity with local laws, their language barriers, and their desperate desire to succeed. From fraudulent job offers that demand upfront fees to rental scams involving non-existent properties, the city can be a treacherous minefield. Consumer protection agencies regularly report spikes in scams targeting immigrant communities, often involving deceptive immigration services or bogus investment schemes. Imagine arriving with your life savings, ready to build a new future, only to have it snatched away by a charming smile and a false promise. That gut-wrenching realization that you've been taken advantage of, that your trust was utterly betrayed. We've all feared that profound vulnerability, that feeling of being utterly helpless and exposed in a foreign land. And as if financial and social exploitation weren't enough, many foreigners find themselves caught in a bewildering bureaucratic labyrinth, ensnared by a legal system they barely understand. We expected a modern, efficient society where rules were clear and processes were straightforward. The promise was of clarity, of a system designed to help, not to hinder. Yet Los Angeles, and indeed the entire state of California, operates under a complex, often bewildering web of laws and regulations that can be utterly impenetrable for someone from a different legal tradition. This is the fifth hidden danger: the treacherous legal and bureaucratic pitfalls. From intricate visa issues to nuanced tenant rights, confusing driving laws to obscure business permits, a single unintentional misstep can lead to severe consequences, including deportation, hefty fines, or financial ruin. For instance, employment laws in California, particularly regarding at-will employment, differ significantly from many other countries, leaving foreigners vulnerable to sudden termination. Housing laws, eviction processes, and even simple traffic citations can become monumental, costly challenges. The average cost of legal aid can quickly deplete savings, and misinformation abounds. You've known the frustration of navigating complex paperwork, the gnawing anxiety of not understanding the fine print. Now imagine that, but with your entire future, your ability to stay in the country, hanging precariously in the balance. That cold dread of realizing you're playing a high-stakes game with rules you don't fully grasp. But beyond the man-made complexities of law and society, there's another hidden danger, one rooted in the very environment of this sun-drenched city, a threat that most never even consider until it's far too late. We once pictured Los Angeles as a haven of pristine nature, where the air was crisp, the ocean breeze invigorating, and the sun a gentle caress, painting every day with a golden, endless promise. We imagined long hikes through untouched canyons and swims in sparkling clear waters, a true paradise where the elements themselves conspired to create a perfect backdrop for a new life. But that idyllic image has been replaced by a harsher reality, where the very elements that once drew people here now pose unforeseen threats, especially to those unprepared for their brutal turn. This is the sixth hidden danger: the pervasive environmental hazards. Air quality alerts are common, with reports often placing the city among the worst in the nation for ozone and particulate matter, turning those golden rays into a source of discomfort. Wildfires, once seasonal anomalies, have become an almost year-round terror, consuming hundreds of thousands of acres and displacing entire communities, blanketing the city in a perpetual choking haze. Studies from geological surveys warn of the ever-present threat of major earthquakes, a constant silent tremor beneath the surface, a reminder that the ground itself is unstable. And the Golden Land, once seemingly abundant, faces chronic water scarcity, forcing drastic conservation measures and highlighting a fragile ecosystem on the brink. You felt that dry, irritated throat, haven't you? That subtle burning in your eyes on a seemingly sunny day, or the sudden, heart-stopping jolt of the ground beneath your feet, a momentary loss of control. We've all seen the orange skies choked with ash and felt the primal fear of nature's raw power unleashed. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a constant, low-level anxiety that gnaws at your sense of security, making you question the very ground you stand on. But these visible threats are only part of the story. What truly lies hidden beneath the surface of the city's infrastructure can be even more terrifying, particularly when it comes to the unspoken cost of simply surviving here. We imagined Los Angeles, a global hub of innovation and progress, would offer unparalleled access to healthcare, a system designed to treat and heal with efficiency and compassion, a place where well-being was a priority, not a privilege. The promise was of world-class hospitals and cutting-edge treatments, readily available to all who sought them. Yet for countless foreigners, the reality of the healthcare system is a bewildering, financially crippling maze, a hidden danger that can turn a minor ailment into a life-altering debt, a relentless assault on their well-being. This is the seventh hidden danger: the astronomical and opaque healthcare costs. The United States famously has some of the highest healthcare costs in the world, a fact often obscured until it's too late. A single emergency room visit can easily exceed thousands of dollars, even for basic treatment, an unimaginable sum for those accustomed to universal health care. Without comprehensive insurance, which itself can cost hundreds, even thousands of dollars a month, a serious illness or accident can lead to medical bankruptcy, devouring savings and shattering futures. Reports indicate that medical debt is a leading cause of personal bankruptcies nationwide, a fate many foreigners, unfamiliar with the system's brutal mechanics, tragically discover too late. You felt that knot of dread, haven't you? The quiet panic that settles in when you feel unwell, knowing that seeking help could mean sacrificing your life savings, that your body's vulnerability is now a financial liability. That profound vulnerability of being in a foreign land without the safety net of a familiar, affordable healthcare system. We've all heard the stories, the cautionary tales of individuals whose dreams were shattered, not by failure, but by an unexpected medical bill. It's a fear that lurks, unspoken, beneath the surface of every hopeful new beginning, a constant reminder of the fragility of your new life. And yet, even if you navigate these health obstacles, the city presents another challenge, a subtle but relentless assault on your peace of mind and sense of belonging, a constant reminder that you are not truly at home. We once envisioned Los Angeles as a beacon of progress and prosperity, a vibrant metropolis where everyone had a place, where compassion and opportunity intertwined. The glossy images showed a city bustling with life, innovation, and a certain kind of urban magic. But beneath that polished veneer lies a stark and unsettling contrast, a profound societal rift that often shocks and disorients newcomers. This is the eighth hidden danger, the pervasive homelessness and the associated safety concerns. For foreigners arriving from countries with robust social safety nets, the sheer scale of Los Angeles's homeless population is a deeply disturbing revelation. Tense-lined sidewalks, encampments emerge in public spaces, and the human cost of economic hardship is visible on virtually every street corner. This isn't just an urban blight. It's a humanitarian crisis that permeates daily life, creating an atmosphere of despair and, for many, a sense of unease regarding personal safety. Data from city councils and nonprofit organizations consistently highlights a rapidly escalating crisis, with tens of thousands experiencing homelessness on any given night, a number that continues to grow. Crime statistics, while complex, often show correlations between areas with high concentrations of homelessness and increases in certain types of petty crime, exacerbating the sense of insecurity. You've felt that mix of empathy and apprehension, haven't you? That moment of discomfort, perhaps even fear, when walking through certain areas, realizing the stark contrast between the city's opulent image and its grim reality. We've all wished for solutions, for a return to a society that cares for its most vulnerable. But the problem persists, a constant, visible wound on the city's soul. This isn't just about observing a problem, it's about living within its shadow, a constant reminder of the city's deep-seated issues. And this visible decay, this erosion of public spaces, connects directly to another, more subtle danger, one that impacts the very quality of life and the simple joys of urban living. We once envisioned Los Angeles as a city of vibrant public life, where parks buzzed with laughter, beaches sparkled under the sun, and cultural centers fostered a shared sense of community. It was a place where simple pleasures were free, accessible, and integral to the city's soul, a tapestry woven with shared experiences in beautiful, well-maintained spaces. But for many foreigners, this promise of communal joy and accessible beauty has dissolved into a stark reality of neglect and decline. This is the ninth hidden danger, the erosion of public spaces and the profound loss of shared urban magic. The grand boulevards and iconic beaches, once symbols of an open, welcoming city, now often bear the scars of underinvestment and overcrowding, particularly in areas less frequented by tourists. Parks, once pristine havens for families and quiet reflection, can be less inviting, sometimes marred by litter, neglected landscaping, or a palpable sense of unease that deters casual use. Public libraries, museums, and recreational facilities, vital arteries of any thriving metropolis, struggle with persistent budget cuts and a sheer inability to keep pace with the demands of a rapidly expanding yet increasingly segregated population. The once celebrated street life, the spontaneous encounters that define a truly dynamic city, feels increasingly absent, replaced by a sense of hurried isolation. Reports from local community groups and urban planning analyses consistently highlight a widening gap in access to quality public amenities, particularly in the very neighborhoods where new residents, often on tighter budgets, seek to build their lives. You've felt that pang of disappointment, haven't you? That moment when you seek solace or connection in a public park, only to find it less welcoming, less pristine, less magical than the postcards promised. That subtle sadness when the vibrant communal spirit you anticipated seems elusive, replaced by a sense of transient isolation even amidst bustling crowds. We've all yearned for those simple, shared moments of urban peace, for places where the city truly felt like home, not just a collection of buildings. But this decay, this loss of shared magic, isn't just about aesthetics. It eats away at something far more fundamental, the very soul of the city, and with it, a subtle but profound assault on your mental well-being. We remember the incredible optimism, the unwavering belief in the California dream that propelled so many to leave everything behind. Foreigners arrived with hearts full of hope, minds brimming with ambitious plans, and a resilient spirit ready to conquer any challenge. The promise was of self-reinvention, of finding one's true calling, of a life lived fully under endless blue skies, a journey of personal growth and boundless opportunity. But as the layers of hidden dangers slowly peel away the veneer of glamour, a far more insidious threat emerges, one that strikes at the very core of their being, eroding not just their finances or their sense of safety, but their inner peace. This is the 10th hidden danger, the crushing psychological toll and profound disillusionment. The relentless financial strain, the isolating urban sprawl that makes genuine connection a Herculean effort, the baffling social dynamics that breed superficiality, the constant fear of exploitation that keeps you guarded, the bewildering bureaucratic labyrinth, the environmental anxieties that whisper of unseen threats, the terrifying healthcare costs that loom like a dark cloud, and the pervasive visible decay of public spaces. Each one chips away, relentlessly, at the hopeful spirit. It leaves behind a landscape of mental exhaustion, a quiet despair that can become deafening. Studies on immigrant mental health consistently reveal elevated rates of anxiety, depression, and stress-related disorders among those struggling to adapt to new, challenging environments, particularly when expectations clash so violently with reality. The initial enthusiasm slowly erodes, replaced by a gnawing sense of failure, a feeling of being trapped, and the heartbreaking realization that the dream they chased has become a relentless nightmare. You felt that crushing weight, haven't you? That slow, insidious drain on your mental energy, the quiet despair that whispers doubts into your mind, making you question every decision, every sacrifice you made to get here. That profound loneliness that settles in, even when surrounded by millions, because the city itself seems designed to keep you at arm's length, forcing you to constantly reevaluate your place. We've all known moments when the weight of expectation becomes unbearable, when the magic of a place fades, leaving only the stark, cold truth. For many, Los Angeles, the city of angels, becomes a silent battleground where the fight is not for fame or fortune, but for their very sanity, their sense of self, and the fragile fragments of the dream that brought them here. It's a quiet tragedy playing out in countless apartments and anonymous streets. And as these 10 hidden dangers slowly unravel the dream, they leave behind a profound, inescapable question. What happens when the magic is truly gone, and all that's left is the echo of what once was? What happens when the magic is truly gone, and all that's left is the echo of what once was? This isn't merely a rhetorical question. It's a lived reality for countless foreigners who arrived in Los Angeles, their hearts brimming with the California dream, only to find it slowly, relentlessly dismantled. We've seen how the boundless optimism they carried has been systematically eroded, chipped away by the relentless financial strain, the isolating urban sprawl, the baffling social dynamics, the insidious exploitation, and the treacherous legal labyrinth. Each of these dangers, individually formidable, becomes a crushing weight when combined, creating a pervasive atmosphere of struggle and disillusionment that transforms the very essence of the city. We all remember the vibrant imagery, the promise of a city that celebrated individuality and offered a stage for every dream. It was a place where resilience was rewarded and the pursuit of happiness felt like a birthright. But that vision has been obscured, replaced by the choking environmental hazards that steal clean air, and the terrifying specter of medical debt that can erase a lifetime of savings. The visible decay of public spaces, once symbols of communal joy, now serves as a constant, stark reminder of what has been lost, a physical manifestation of the city's fading soul. This isn't just about economic hardship or bureaucratic red tape. It's about a profound shift in the very spirit of Los Angeles, a metamorphosis from a land of golden opportunity to a landscape of unforeseen challenges. You've felt that creeping sense of unease, haven't you? That feeling that the city itself is subtly pushing you away, making it harder and harder to breathe, to connect, to simply be. The cumulative impact of these 10 hidden dangers creates a unique vulnerability for foreigners, often lacking the deep-seated understanding of local nuances, the unspoken rules, and the intricate social contracts that lifelong residents might instinctively navigate. Their initial optimism, their desire to assimilate, and sometimes even their language barriers become not assets but liabilities, points of exploitation in a system that often seems designed to test their limits. The City of Angels, once a beacon of hope, reveals itself as a complex ecosystem where the unwary can easily falter, where the very promise of a better life can become its greatest deception. We've all witnessed the quiet transformation, the gradual fading of light in the eyes of those who came here with so much hope, now burdened by anxieties they never anticipated. It's a silent tragedy, playing out in countless apartments, on anonymous streets, and in the quiet moments of despair that follow another unexpected bill or another failed attempt at connection. This transformation isn't an accident. It's the slow, inevitable consequence of unchecked greed, rapid expansion without adequate infrastructure, and a societal shift that prioritizes individual gain over collective well-being. The magic, that ethereal quality that once defined the city, hasn't just faded. It's been systematically stripped away, leaving behind a hollow echo, a ghost of its former self. The City of Dreams has, for many, become a city of broken promises, a place where the pursuit of success demands not just hard work, but an almost impossible degree of resilience against forces that are largely invisible until they strike. You felt that weight, haven't you? That profound sense of injustice, of a dream betrayed, as the once bright vision of your new life slowly dims under the relentless pressure of reality. But the story doesn't end with disillusionment. It forces us to confront an even deeper truth about the nature of ambition and the true cost of paradise. And what many foreigners discover, often too late, is that the greatest danger wasn't the city itself, but the unwavering belief in a dream that had already vanished. But wait, there's a final, chilling layer to this truth, one that impacts the very fabric of human connection here. But wait, there's a final, chilling layer to this truth, one that impacts the very fabric of human connection here. We've spoken of the social dynamics, the fleeting interactions, the struggle to find your tribe. But the final, most chilling layer is how Los Angeles subtly, insidiously dismantles the very expectation of authentic human connection itself. It's not just that connections are hard to make, it's that the system, the pace, the constant churn of hopefuls and the disillusioned fosters a deep-seated cynicism, a protective shell around every individual heart. You arrive expecting community, a sense of belonging, but the city teaches you to be wary, to keep your guard up, to expect transience. Friendships become transactional. Networking replaces genuine camaraderie, and the constant pursuit of the next big thing leaves little room for the slow, nurturing growth of true human bonds. It's a city where everyone is chasing a dream, often alone, side by side with millions of others equally isolated in their pursuit. This isn't just about loneliness, it's about the fundamental erosion of trust, the quiet death of empathy in the face of relentless personal struggle. We've all seen it, haven't we? The quick smiles that don't reach the eyes, the promises made and swiftly forgotten, the unspoken rule that everyone is ultimately looking out for themselves. It's the ultimate paradox, a city bursting with people, yet often profoundly empty of genuine human connection. This isn't merely a collection of inconveniences, it's a systemic unraveling of the dream itself, a slow, relentless assault on the hopeful spirit. Once, Los Angeles was a canvas for grand ambitions, a stage where magic was made, where every sunrise brought new possibility. But for countless foreigners, it has become a crucible, testing not just their resilience, but their very sense of self. The golden light that once promised so much now seems to cast long, unsettling shadows, revealing a landscape where the pursuit of paradise often leads to a profound sense of loss. Empty tables, empty streets, empty dreams. The glamour, the allure, the magnetic pull of this iconic city has, for many, given way to a stark, unsettling reality. The vibrant tapestry of cultures, once a source of strength, now often feels fragmented, each thread struggling to hold its place against the relentless currents of economic pressure and social indifference. We remember the stories, the movies, the idea of Los Angeles as a place where anyone could make it, where a fresh start was always within reach. But the magic, that indefinable spark that drew millions here, has faded, replaced by the echoes of what once was, a melancholic whisper in the Santa Ana winds. We saw it happen. The slow transformation, the gradual dimming of the city's soul, as the pursuit of individual glory overshadowed the collective well-being. Perhaps there's still hope, a flicker in the fading light, a city glowing in silence, waiting for its true spirit to be rekindled. We witnessed the dreams being built, brick by painstaking brick, and then, tragically, saw them crumble under the weight of unforeseen pressures. It's time we remember what Los Angeles used to mean, not just as a destination, but as a promise of community, of opportunity, of a shared future built on more than just superficial glamour. It's time to confront the dark truth, not to condemn, but to understand, to reflect on what we've lost and what might still be saved. If you've felt this change too, if you've experienced the profound shift from expectation to stark reality, share your story in the comments below. Your voice is a vital part of understanding the complex tapestry of this city. And if you found this eye-opening, if these hidden truths resonated with your own observations, subscribe to our channel. The next story we uncover might just reveal where everyone's going next, or perhaps what it truly takes to find paradise in a world that often obscures it. Don't miss out on the revelations that reshape our understanding of the world around us.